Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here, and I'm going to do a quick little collective reading. If you are interested in a personal reading, my information is below. I do astrology or tarot. This is going to be a timeless reading. All of my readings are timeless. It may or may not resonate. If it does, take it. If it doesn't, that's totally fine. I have other timeless readings that you are free to peruse, and there are a lot of other readers on YouTube. Whoop. All right. So I'm going to pull the question that I got today was kind of, what is this all for? Anyway. So what this is up to you. What is all this bullshit? What is this life? What's this for? That's what I got. And I'm going to do a Celtic cross. Wow. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. That's lack. We had this card come up yesterday. So being in the struggle, I'm doing a card, this Celtic cross layout. This card signifies us. So we could just be feeling like, what the fuck? All right, the crossing card. I went way into this. The meaning of this card yesterday, but really they're huddled over in the snow, passing by a church. You know, it's a reminder that if you pull your head up, if you pull your head out of your ass, if you're burrowed down in your struggle, looking down, it's just going to be more struggle. That's not going to make it any better. But they're passing right by a church without noticing, where they're going to get even colder in the snow, and things can get worse. Whereas they could be taking a break, and not only like restoring their body, but restoring their faith or their connection or whatever. What is all this for? Where is this going? The card that's crossing this card. So like, all right, we're trudging through the snow. Everything is bullshit. And we got the 7 of Swords. That's sketchy shit. That's sketchy stuff. There's sketchy stuff going on. So we could be feeling blocked. We could be feeling hidden. I mean, this card is kind of cool because if you look at it, okay, he's got swords and he's at like an encampment, and while everyone is sleeping, he's sort of like sneaking off, with the swords. But you can look at it as though he's stealing swords from the camp, but maybe they stole them from his camp. You don't know. Maybe they're going to kill people with them, and so he's taking them so they can't do that. It's like, that's what I love about the tarot, is you can see a lot of different things when you really get into the images, especially with like, the Rider Smith Waite edition. But this is crossing. So it's just messy and hard. Okay. It's just messy and hard. And there's stuff going on that you don't know. Maybe if this is for you, you should be doing stuff and not having other people know. I just heard nobody knows what to do. Nobody knows what to do. Nope. But the base of the matter. So this is like in the subconscious. Move over here. In the subconscious, we have the Empress. Okay, that's kind of like at the root of everything. Like, what do we know? What are we what are we seeking? What is the root of the issue? And the Empress is our own inner creative energy. The Empress is the divine feminine. It's mother energy. It's maternal. In the card, she's pregnant. Doesn't mean that we're all having babies. It could be like creativity babies, you know. For some reason, it's making me think of Gaia, of the earth, of knowing, like, we just want to feel connected and cared for. We just want to feel cared for by mom, by the goddess mom energy. Oh, and that's it. Like when it's in the root of the matter, when it's in the subconscious, it's a yearning that we aren't even aware. It's almost like we just want to be safe, you know what I mean? Um, oh, this reading might make me cry. Call my mom, I don't know. But with the Five of Pentacles, like we're just being that stubborn toddler and doing the thing when maybe we should just go to church. I'm being really funny. I think it's so weird. I'm in a great place, but I could cry at the drop of a hat. Like I just could. I could probably win a crying contest. But I feel okay, but it does feel like things are a little bit wild out there, you know, and throughout the readings that I do, I know that people are really struggling. It's like we're coming up against blocks, you know. In the recent past, we got the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man it's a card of enlightenment. He's turned upside down. You would imagine when he first found himself in that position, he was probably fighting it. But he has resigned himself to it. He is now in repose. It's like this is seeing things from another perspective, being like taking a pause. It's kind of a being in purgatory card, not knowing what the next move is, not being able to take the next move, having to kind of wait until whatever it is, until things iron themselves out. And that's in the recent past. All right, what is conscious? What do we know? Eight of Swords. That's victim mentality, trapped in the mind. Swords are air energy. That's our mentality. We feel stuck. That's what we know. That's what our intentions are. Okay. So this is coming out in the intentional spot, in the conscious spot. Sometimes this is willfully being the victim, you know, like being willfully in a victim position. She also has one foot touching the water, and the water represents spirit in the tarot. So it's a reminder that like you can tap in at any time to God or your angels or your spirit team. If she wiggled out of these ropes, the story behind the card is she's only loosely bound. If she wiggled out of the ropes, she could remove the blindfold and see that she's not in fact surrounded by swords. There's an opening, and that she could walk out of it. So, you know, it's also an indication of having gotten oneself into a shitty spot, you know, or like however unintentionally, but with it coming out in this known part, it's like we want to throw our hands up or just be like, well, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. What's in the future? What energy are we moving into? Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is action, activity, messages going back and forth, things moving really quickly, launching things. So it's like we're moving in the direction of a period of activity, and maybe that activity is really stressful. The nicest fucking card that we got is the subconscious card, where we just want to be comforted, you know. It doesn't just have to be that. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from it. Like, we want to be comforted, but we want to feel like we're creating something. We're giving birth to something. We just want to birth something new. But there's something really ancestral to me about that card. All right, what is the lens that we're looking through? What's our perspective? Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, there's 1111 there. Four of Wands is celebration. It is leveling up, reaching milestones, could be a new home. With the 1111 card, it's kind of a spiritual awakening card. The wands are fire energy, that's awakening. And whatever, we wake up on different levels all the time, all the time. I hate calling them levels. But you know, it's leveling up in your own fucking life. I heard something cool one time. It was, you know, we think of it as getting older, you know, like we're walking through life and we're coming to the end of it, but really we're like going up the whole time. And then at some point we just leave our body behind. I really liked that imagery. Probably because I have a dead brother and I find it very comforting. But all right, what's in the environment? Other people, what are other people doing? So I'm noticing here, we got 8, 8, 4, 4. Other people are being stingy or being clingy. Everybody's looking for security. Maybe you're being pushed and pulled in a million different directions. Maybe people are clinging to you. Maybe you want to cling to other people. There's a clinginess and like a sense of neediness about that card. Making sure that you have enough, like keeping what's yours and guarding it from other people. Like with the Four of Pentacles, he's got, you know, he's got plenty. He has 4 pentacles. He's doing just fine, but he can't move because he's got his feet on 2 pentacles. He's holding one, so he can't reach out to receive. So sometimes that energy is necessary, right? Sometimes we need to rein in our spending or do whatever, but often we might get stuck in that place. And if, you know, you're being stingy, then your arms are not open to receive either, if you're too busy clinging to what it is that you have. All right. Hopes and fears, 7 of Wands. That's holding space, that's defending yourself, standing up for yourself. I always say with this card, they're not attacking anyone. You know, it's kind of like they're just standing their ground. Like, back off. This is my space. Maybe we need to create some space for ourselves. And this is in the hopes and fears spot. So maybe there's an area where we need to set boundaries, where we need to kind of create space for ourselves and hold others at bay. Maybe there's something that we need to say or speak. And so we got 7, 7, 4, 4, 8, 8. We're getting a lot of doubles here. Doubles, not devils. Which is funny because this reading is primarily pip cards. And the pip cards are like the smaller, you know, just like the regular playing deck cards, not major arcana. Major arcana are sort of big deal things. The one big deal thing we have is the Empress and the subconscious. and the hanged man, which is behind us, where we're stuck. And are we going to enlighten ourselves or wrestle with where we're at? But with all of these pip cards coming out as the forward energy, this is kind of like going forward, like we're just in the throes of a lot of stuff. And the hopes and fears card is like, maybe we're insecure. Wow, well, that's a nice outcome card. Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning, new earth. That's what's coming to me. It's new earth. Pentacles are earth energy. And the outcome card, oh, what is this all for? The new earth. Oh, wow. Seven of Wands. This is like knowing your worth, standing up for yourself. And that's in the hopes and fears card. So it's something that we're hopeful for, but afraid to try. Like Spirit just wants us to know that it's okay to like love ourselves, that we're valued and loved. My cat agrees. I was going to say too, with all of these double numbers are always master numbers. So we're moving through this difficult energy, and like, we're just supposed to be here. That's it. Like, this is where we are. It's like, did you learn this? Have you learned this at a period of your life that like, if he were to try to wiggle free, he would probably tighten that on his foot. You know, it's like he has to wait for somebody to come and help him. Now, don't misunderstand me. That doesn't mean we're waiting on some kind of like savior, because we are our own saviors, but it's about not fighting where you are. Because unless you stand right the fuck where you are, you can't go anywhere from there. You know what I mean? Because you're too busy, like, without your feet on the ground, fighting things in the air. There's a whole bunch of birds out in the yard right now, out the window. So, but it's like there needs to be a shift in events that is not controlled by you. And that's what he is waiting for. And the Seven of Pentacles, or Seven of Swords, it's like there are things going on behind your back. At some point you have to sleep in your tent. You can't stay up forever. Let's do some manifestation cards, and then I'll do an animal spirit card. But yeah, what are we doing this for? To learn, okay. Oh, wow. What is this for? To learn to be grateful for what we have. They're walking by a church. To learn not to continue to look down at the bullshit we're in. To learn that even if we don't know what's going on, that we can continue to proceed, you know, and sometimes the things we don't know that are going on are not all bad. To learn that we're not victims, that we can change our situation. We just have to get out there and do stuff. We have to take action, even if it's incremental, small action, you know. Just pursue home, spiritual home, like home within yourself, a connection to the divine. That's the vision that we hold, because this is like the lens that we look through. Wow, makes more sense now. And it's all for a new beginning, a new earth, a new reality. Yeah, like look at the difference between these two cards. You know, we want to get out of here. and we want to get into here. That it's scary. That's why it's in the hopes and fear spot. It's scary to stand up for yourself, your self-worth. Last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind, get out of your fucking head. New moon in Gemini, think it through. Wow, that's 2 Gemini cards. So for some of you, the end of May, first few weeks of June could mean something. Interesting. I want to do another one. So we want to clear our mind and rethink things over, which we're actually in a Mercury retrograde right now, if you're watching this. And last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. We're in Virgo season right now. Virgos can be, and I love you very much. I really love Virgos, but they can be persnickety, but that's because that's the word that kept coming to me about Virgo. But that's because they take care of the details, you know, they're the grammar correctors. I have Venus in Virgo. And I hate me a misspelled word. All right. So this is gonna be our last card. What is this all for? One. Starfish. Let's see. Starfish, beautiful, alluring, superficial, or shallow. The starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is, these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. When this card appears, it is important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams have I put aside? I'm not crying. I had like a catch in my throat. What dreams have I put aside to please others? When in balance, uplifting, artistic, and expressive. When out of balance, gossips, feels empty. To bring into balance, positive friends. Jesus H, you guys, that's kind of, yes, like we feel trapped because, oh my God, like my mind just blew. Yeah, we're stuck. Not probably the only reason that we feel stuck is because we're not doing what the fuck we want to be doing. Like we're not doing what we want to do. Why? Because there's a picture in our head of people that have pictures in their head of what the picture of us should look like. And that doesn't match what's in our heart to fucking do and be. That was kind of cool. Anyway, I hope you have a great day on Earth. Thank you for stopping by. I love you all. Peace. Namaste.